The Lord be with you. A reading from the Holy Gospel according to St. Luke. Jesus passed through towns and villages, teaching as he went and making his way to Jerusalem. Then someone asked him, "Lord, will only a few people be saved?" He answered them, "Strive to enter through the narrow gate. For many, I tell you, will attempt to enter, but will not be strong enough. After the master of the house has arisen and locked the door, then you will stand outside knocking and saying, 'Lord, open the door for us.' He will say to you in reply, 'I do not know you. Where are you from?' And they will say, 'We ate and drank in your company, and you taught us in the street.' Then he will say to you, 'I do not know where you are from. Depart from me, all you evildoers.' And there will be wailing and grinding of teeth when you see Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob, and all the prophets in the kingdom of God, and you yourselves cast out. And people will come from the east and the west, and from the north and the south, and they will recline at table in the kingdom of God. For behold, some are last, who will be first, and some are first, who will be last." The Gospel of the Lord. In the second letter of Hebrews, we have the Lord disciplining. It is said that discipline is very important for any father and son, that a father loves the son by being able to impart wisdom, to discipline, so that the son can make a right path into the future. Well, this is what Jesus is doing with his disciples. Notice that someone asked him, "Will only a few be saved? Will only a few be saved?" And notice that Jesus does not answer the question. Instead, he turns to his disciples and starts almost admonishing them. It's like, and they're probably saying to themselves, "What have we done? What's gotten into Jesus? Why is he talking to us in this strange way?" Well, he is kind of disciplining them, because even though they're not asking the question, we know in our hearts that it's a question that a lot of us ask. It's a question that many of us have asked of ourselves. And in so doing, sometimes we judge God. Because there's three ways to look at the question. One is to say, well, God is pretty awful sometimes. He destroys a lot of people, and God should be more merciful. God should forgive everybody. God should open the gates of the kingdom to everyone, But that's kind of Pollyanna, isn't it? In other words, by saying, God should forgive everyone, we're making a judgment on God that maybe God is too strict. On the other hand, the question could be just on the opposite spectrum. Well, God should only save a few people. God should not just let any riffraff in. God should just take care of the true Christian, the true people that follow Jesus. They would like to make heaven a little bit more restricted. Some people need not apply. Heaven is only for certain people. Of course, the third way of interpreting the question is from a more personal point of view. It can either be from pride. Like the young man, "Lord, what do I need to do to be saved?" Well, love your God, follow the commandments. Remember that young man said, "Well, I do all that. What can I do for extra credit?" Okay, then, you want to be disciplined into extra credit? Okay, sell everything you have. And the young man went away because he had many possessions, right? That was pride, saying, God, I'm a good person, so, tell me, what can I do for extra stuff? Because I know I've made it. Very self-assured. I'm saved, and, what else can I do to help you, Jesus? But the other way of looking at it instead of pride is despair. Sometimes we don't feel worthy. We feel that somehow, no matter what we do, we condemn ourselves. We say, there's no way in heaven that I can ever get there. I'm such a bad person. I keep doing this over and over again, or I keep falling into sin. There's no way God can love me. No way God can forgive me. Why bother going to church? Why bother, following Jesus? So the question can be asked in so many different ways.